There was an explosion at the edge of the Rainbow Bridge, a link between New York and Canada. People thought it was terrorism at first, but if you look carefully at this brief clip of security footage, you can see a slight exceeding of the speed limit from an incautious driver. So there was a big old explosion, and people thought, oh, it's terrorism. No, it turns out it was just this guy going 5 trillion miles per hour. I don't think we know why this happened. I assume this guy is dead. I haven't actually checked, and it doesn't really matter. This wasn't any kind of attack. This wasn't terrorism. If it was, then it's pretty ballsy terrorism. Jesus Christ. If this was terrorism, this was a novel approach. 2 died, the passengers. Gotcha. Okay, 2 dead. Yeah. He came from a casino, and people are saying he may have been drunk. Really? Well, that would explain. Maybe, I don't know. Um, is this what driving drunk does? Is this why they warned us about it? I've never driven drunk. Is it just like your feet just feel really heavy, and you're an overwhelming compulsion to slam the accelerator down into the mat? Hmm. Well, how can I make politics out of this? How do I make this political? How do I turn this into a political subject? Hey, did you guys know that it's really dangerous and actually like kind of insane that the primary mode of transportation in the world relies on expecting every individual citizen to be competent and proficient at deftly maneuvering a 2-ton brick of metal that's capable not only of killing people that it hits, but pulverizing buildings at sufficient speeds? This is the reason why flying cars are and always will be a fantasy. Because no matter how good tech gets, nothing changes the fact that it would be insane to give any random person the ability to do a 911. That's just not something that's gonna fly. You know? Fox still blaming the southern border crisis. Well, this might have been a Mexican car. You don't know. The terrorist bits Chaya tried to propagate ideas this was a terrorist attack. Yeah, I saw that. The libs of TikTok. Yeah. This one. We just had an attempted terrorist attack on U.S. soil. This comes just a few days after FBI Director Wray confirms the border crisis poses major homeland security threat. We have no idea who's in our country. First of all, I like the idea that when the FBI director refers to the border crisis, they're including the U.S. Canadian border, like just a general border crisis. Like there's a lot going down south, but there's also an ongoing state of emergency up here in the north. That's one. And for two, I love full confidence with this. You know what I mean? That's incredible. Genuinely. Attempted terrorist attack on U.S. soil. It's not just libs of TikTok. Look at the screenshot here. Source: New York explosion is attempted terror attack. Fox News alert. 100 billion boomers who have not gotten up off their couches in decades will now believe that this was done by some kind of Hamas, Gazan, jihadist Mexican who came up to here from the southern border to do this at the northern one. Ted Cruz was tweeting the same thing. Yeah, it's very funny. Listen, okay, from one concluder to another, I respect it, but step off the game, pump the brakes a little bit. um. Oh yeah, the guy was driving a Bentley and leaving a casino drunk. You could make a point about class. It's too fast to even tell if it's a luxury vehicle. I don't even know. Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's funny. Obviously, it's pretty absurd. So there's that. Um, really though, the whole thing with like the danger that vehicles pose. Obviously, the average driver is not um running down the U.S. Canadian border at 5 trillion miles an hour. That's not the average driving experience, at least not for you guys. Okay, some of us have lived a little. However, uh, I don't know. It's kind of fucked up when you think about it. That like for basically all of human history, if you were in a city or any kind of like settled occupied area that was populous enough that people like reliably moved around, You could walk out into the road. Because what's in the road? Like horse shit, you know? Dodge a 5 mile per hour carriage. It's only in the past century that that changed, and now the whole goddamn like half of all space outside, if you live in a populated area, is just like the dead zone that you go to die. Like you're not allowed to be there. It's really weird. Horses still exist, lol. What point are you making to me? What point are you making? First of all, don't tell me about horses. Second of all, yeah, I know about horses. Second of all, what is that like the risk when you go out in the street these days? You're getting run over by a horse? Like it's safe because horses are out there somewhere while you're getting mulched by a goddamn SUV? What are you guys even doing? Vosh, you don't want to be trampled by a horse? Yeah, that's true. That's another correct point that I don't understand the relevance. It's true. I don't want to get trampled by a horse. Thank you. Yeah, I want to run other people over as a horse. Thank you. Look at this. Oh my god. Look how eepy he is. What is this? What is this? This is insane. He's like a little guy. He's laying there like a human. Blurp. Ooh, so sleepy. He's had a big day of being a menace. When I was showering this morning, I got fucking jump scared as he dive bombed the curtain and started climbing up it. And he climbed down it, and then he did that 3 more times. Zoinked off the catnip. He's just happy to be alive. Pretty small Thanksgiving turkey, Vosh. I don't think it's enough. I don't know. He's got some beans. He's meaty. Look at this little. Oh my god, he's so cute. Blorp. Observe. Babies. Oh, on my YouTube recommended a video from Second Thought. He's sticking to what he should be sticking to, not talking about leftism. Project 2025, the new fascist playbook. Do you think the video will include something like, now this is pretty bad, but Biden's also a fascist, or something like that? Wah!